What's up, Raiders? TristenWulf here, and today I'm going to talk to you a little about a hero that you can get for free using my download link. I'm going to talk to you about Uugo. Uugo is great. So great, many say she is the best epic hero in the game, and I'm going to go over why. You see, Uugo is a member of the Ogryn tribe. That means she's a looker. Am I right, guys? The Ogryn have got some of the most beautiful people in the game. I mean, you know, if you're Shrek, just look at this girl. Look at her. Just stare into those eyes. The cute smile, the rose-colored lips, the slender the way she glowers at you and threatens you with clubs. I mean, don't let her looks fool you guys. This sweetheart packs a punch. Let's go over her skills here and let me show you why this unit is so good, and then we'll test her out. But before we get into the video, make sure you click on the link in the description of the video to help support my channel, me and my channel, and to get you a crazy powerful start with 3 powerhouse heroes to carry you through months of content. See, when you do this, you'll get the legendary hero Elendil on day 1, followed by the insane support of Tagore at level 15, and finally Uugo at level 30 to take your account to a whole other level. You see, for those of you who have played before, here's what you need to do. First, log out of Polarian Play and then uninstall the app. Then click on the link in the description to register and use a brand new email. Then launch Raid, complete the tutorial, and right there waiting in your inbox will be your first champion, the legendary hero Elendil. Now, don't forget on day 1 to use one of the promo codes listed in the description of the video to claim a second free legendary hero, and then get to raiding. By the time you grind a level 15, Tagore will be in your inbox as well, and that will not take long at all. And then by the time you get to level 30, Uugo will appear in your inbox, completing your journey for 2 legendary heroes and 2 epic heroes right at the start. So be it that you're starting an alt or a brand new account, make sure you click on my link right now for the strongest raid start ever. And you get her for free using that link, guys. Using that link, you can start out. Well, not start out. You got to get to level 30, but then you get her for free. You don't even have to summon for her. Let me show you why this Bastion of Beauty is somebody you'll be so glad you have on your team. First of all, her A1 skill, the Black Hand. This skill attacks an enemy 1 time. Not a big deal. Has a 35% chance of placing a leech debuff for 2 turns. The nice thing about leech is it lets your heroes heal themselves. They hit somebody with leech and they will self-heal. It's a built-in lifesteal set for anybody that hits one of those targets. Now, it is only 35% chance with no way to book it up, but for each enemy alive, it increases by 5%. So that's really good, right? If you're fighting in an arena, you've immediately got a 55% with this skill until you start killing people. And really, if you start killing people, you don't have to worry about survivability as much. So it's got decent synergy. Not the most amazing skill in the world, and the mods on it are pretty low. She is not a damage dealer, guys. She is a support. And I'm going to get into what makes her an amazing support, right? What do your support heroes do, right? They support your team. They aren't there to do damage. They're there to facilitate your victory. Uugo does it 4 different ways. Let's cover a couple of them in one skill. The A2 skill, Maelstrom Rack. Maelstrom Rack attacks all enemies and has a 75% chance, you can book it up to 100, of placing a 60% defense break on the entire enemy team. So there is one of the support roles covered. She is a strong debuffer. She also has a 50% up to 75 after booking % chance of placing block buffs for 2 turns, and that chance goes up by 5% for each enemy alive. So we're talking like anywhere from 80 to 95% chance to stick buff block. You're breaking them and preventing them from buffing themselves. So that is a significant amount of debuffs for a debuffer role for Uugo, and good strong ones at that. Now let's move on to her A3 skill. Removes all heal reduction debuffs from all allies, and then removes 1 random debuff from all allies as well. That's a double cleanse, right? I mean, it's a cleanse of a heal block, which is one of the more debilitating debuffs to have in longer fights, and removing a random debuff. So this is the second role that she fills. She cleanses for the entire team, and she heals the team by 20% of her max health. Look at this max health, 19,650 health. That's really high health for an epic. It's really easy to get her up to, say, I don't know, 50,000 health, and now you're doing 10k heals to your whole team. Holy crap. So we've got a debuffer, defense breaker debuffer, and we have got a healer, and we have got a cleanser. What's the fourth role she does? If all your allies are dead, she will revive them with 50% of their health and CR push them to 50% of their turn meters so they are ready to take turns right away. Healer, debuffer, cleanser, and a raise unit. All in one unit. It's such insane synergy. She can be your only support on some teams. Now, it is if all the allies are dead. She doesn't raise until everybody's dead but her. Now, it's not that hard. You can stack her up. 19k health is a ton of health. 1255 defense is pretty high defense too, and she's got some decent speed on her. Not the fastest in the world, but not what I'd call slow. So it's easy to build her bulky and fast enough that she should be able to be the last one alive and have the speed to take a turn. But just to make sure that you're able to do it, check out this passive. Final Spite. Places a 30% speed buff on Uugo and a block damage buff on Uugo. So once everybody's dead, see, this happens when the champion, and she's the last living ally, when everybody is killed but her, this passive goes off. So she will immediately go immortal. Nobody can do any damage to her, and she'll give a speed buff to cycle her up. This skill has this passive has the perfect synergy with this skill. So you kill the entire team except her, she will zoom up and bring them all back to life with 50% of their health and filling their turn meter so they can CR push up and do more things. Guys, it's wild. It's wild how good Uugo is, but you know what? Let's go ahead and show her off a little bit. Let's take her into a couple of fights. First, let me talk about her gear. Now, don't at me over her gear. I'm brand spanking new. I just started out, so let's go over how I built Uugo. I really liked having a lot of health on her, so I got her up to 57,000 health as a relatively new player. That means I'm dropping over 10k heals when she uses that S3. I stacked her defense up pretty high, but most importantly, I ran her speed up as good as I could. I mean, not exactly the fastest guy in the game, but I put her speed up pretty high. Got 214 effectiveness on there, accuracy on there. I really want to make sure I stick those breaks, I stick those buff blocks. I don't want to leave anything to chance, so I don't want to leave anything to chance. So I did run up her effectiveness, or her accuracy. Sorry, I play so many games where this is called effectiveness. Her accuracy up as high as I could. Didn't care about any damage stats. In a perfect world, I'll get some resistance on her. You don't want to have her stripped or controlled when she goes into that immortal phase and speeds up to raise. So I'll have to work on getting her resistance up later. But yeah, that's how she's built. And as you can see by the non-max gear, I got some work to do. Let's talk about her masteries. You know, in fact, let's go ahead and fill out her mastery tree together. So first, let's walk down the support tree. Let's see, we can go with accuracy or health. You know what? I want to make sure she sticks those breaks, so I'm going to go with accuracy. Next, let's see, we got lay on hands, increases the value of the heals by 5%. That's nice. We got increases the value of shield buffs. She doesn't do shield buffs. We've got heals the champion by 10% of their max HP first time an enemy's killed. I'm not really worried about her healing herself. We got, hey, more accuracy. When she has no skills on cooldown, let's go with more accuracy. Now let's see, what do we got? Well, we can only go with these two skills now. So let's see, over here we have got, has a 30% chance of increasing the turn meter by 10% when a debuff cast by this caster is removed or expired. This is really good. This is really good. She's going to have a lot of debuffs out there. The defense breaks, the buff blocks, and if they cleanse them, it's going to CR push her up. What's this one do? Increases accuracy by 4 for each enemy alive. Stacks up to 16. You know what? Her initial debuff is going to happen while the enemies are alive. And even if there's only one enemy alive, that is still an additional 4 accuracy. I'm liking that. So let's get that one. Okay, so now we've got, let's see, what's this one do? Rapid response has a 30% chance of increasing turn meter by 10% when a buff cast by this champion is removed or expires. The only buff cast by this champion is going to be on herself when she gives herself a speed buff and a damage block. And that would allow her to get a 10% turn meter boost, but I don't know. That's very situational. This one has a 30% chance of increasing her turn meter by 10 when a debuff. She casts a lot of debuffs. She drops defense breaks. She drops buff blocks. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Evil Eye decreases the target turn meter when this champion hits with the default skill for the first time. Say less, say less. Anything that drops turn meter, even if it's only a one-time thing on a unit that's got a ton of accuracy, you want the Evil Eye. What's the Lore Steal? Increases the base stat set bonuses of all artifacts and sets by 15%. It's multiplicative, not additive, but still, it's increasing the base stats. Okay, and what's this one over here? Cycle of Magic. Has a 5% chance of decreasing the cooldowns of a random skill by 1 turn at the start of every turn. She's going to cycle and take her turns a lot. It's only a 5% chance, but decreasing her cooldowns are so good. So what do we want? Do we want cycle for cooldown reduction, or do we want increasing the base stats and bonuses of all artifact sets? This always happens, and you know what? With my accuracy sets and speed, I'm just going with Lore Steal. I mean, this would be nice, but 5%, it just feels too freaking random to go that route. What do we got down here on row 3? Spirit of Haste increases speed by 8 for each dead ally, stacks up to 24. So if everybody is dead, this is a 24 speed boost. On top of her speed buff, she's going to zip to the front of the line. That's actually pretty good for using her passive into her A3 skill. We've got Sniper. Increases the chance of placing any debuffs from skills or artifacts by 5%. Say less. More debuff chances. We're getting that one. And Master Hexer. Has a 30% chance to extend the duration of any debuffs cast by this champion for 1 turn. Will not expend stun, sleep, provide. Okay. So we have a 30% chance, a 1 in 3 chance to make our defense breaks, our buff blocks even longer lasting. Versus just getting a little extra speed, which will only work when everybody's almost dead. Nope, you know what? We're going for the extension. And on the last row, we've got Timely Intervention. Increases the hero's turn meter by 20 when an ally's hero drops below 25%. I guess that's okay, because cycle or healing a little bit. Increases the turn meter fill rate by 2.5% for each active debuff cast by this caster. I mean, she does stack a lot of debuffs, so that could potentially help fill her turn meter pretty quickly. Oh, damn, 50 accuracy. Guys, 50 accuracy. I'm going with it. 50 accuracy on my Uugo. Oh my god. Now, if you want her to do any kind of damage, just walk down the side. But you know what? I don't think Ugo's a damage dealer, so I'm staying away from the offense tree. I am keeping her alive so she can be my debuffer, my cleanser, my razor. What's important to me is that Uugo stays on her feet. So I'm going to go with the defense tree. Tough Skin for more defense or more resistance. I'm tempted to go with the resistance, but we're going to slide over and grab defense, mostly because I want to get access to this. Blast Proof. Decreases damage received from AoE by 5%. The less damage she takes, the harder it is to kill her, the more likely she can bring everybody back to life. So we'll grab that one. I got Rejuvenation, increases the amount of healing and the value of shield buffs. First of all, her healing is fine. She doesn't have shield buffs. Pass. We got Mighty Endurance. Decreases the damage received by 10% if she has Stun, Sleep, Fear, True Fear, Freeze, Petrification debuffs. So if she is debuffed with some of the things that can really cause her problems, we're at least going to take less damage while it's happening. So we'll go ahead and pick this one up as well. Now we got down this third row. We can grab any of these skills. We got Wisdom Bow. Has a 30% chance of placing block debuffs on this champion for 1 turn when Stun, Sleep, Fear, True Fear debuffs expire on this champion. If it was when, if it was before these happened, that'd be fine, but it's just once you're stunned and you get over it, then you can block debuffs so that you can definitely not be stunned again. It'll help keep you from being locked down, but it's kind of situational. I think I'm going to pass. Bloodthirst heals this champion by 10% of their max health when they kill an enemy target. She's not killing anything. Pass. We got a Resurgent, has a 50% chance to remove 1 random debuff from the champion when they lose 25% of their max health. Now this is what I'm talking about. If somebody stuns her and then somebody else hits her and knocks her health down below 25%, she's got a 50% chance to cleanse that stun, and boom, she's back in the game. I think we're definitely getting this one. We did pass up on Shadow Heal, but again, it's just self-healing, and I'm not too worried about that. Row 3, we got 3 options here. We got Solidarity, increases based ally resistance for each buff placed on them. You know, if you run it with a lot of buffers, maybe. Delay death reduces the damage this champion receives from a specific enemy by 0.75%, with each hit taken from that enemy. Damage reduction stacks up to 6 times, so we can reduce the incoming damage the more she's hit. Makes her harder to kill. And we've got Harvest Despair, has a 60% chance of placing a leech debuff for 1 turn when placing. She doesn't place any of these, so this is useless. So I guess we'll just go with Delay Death. And our last scroll. Whew, this is a lot. But it's worth it, right? It's worth looking at each skills. Don't just look at what people recommend. I mean, if you look at what people recommend, you'll probably get a good way to stack for the way that person plays. But you want to think about what you want to do with the unit, where you want to take her, how you want her to perform. And that's what I'm trying to do here. So we've got Selfless Defender, decreases the damage an ally receives from the first enemy hit. Nah, pass. We've got Cycle of Revenge, has a 50% chance of increasing the turn meter by 15% when an ally is attacked with a critical hit. Yo, we take it. We'll only increase the turn meter once if an ally's received multiple hits from a single target. Still, we're going with that one. What's the one we passed up on here? Retribution has a 50% chance to counterattack. When, you know what? Again, her damage isn't that big of a deal. I'm not worried about counterattacks. So here's my tree. This is how I've built my Uugo, and I'm tickled pink with it. Now let's go into a fight and see how she performs. I'm just gonna roll into an arena real quick. So we'll go over here, and I mean this is a cakewalk team, but it'll be good to show you what it does, right? So I've got her stacked. Let me turn auto off here. Come on, game, you can do it. Polarian, kick the hamster in the hamster wheel. Let's go. All right. So we're in the fight now. My Fabian is my fastest unit, so we'll let him get his stuff off because he's pretty freaking cool. But now look at that. Uugo is my second fastest unit. You see who's right behind him? Right behind him is Alice, is my nuker. So we'll just use this the A2 skill. We'll get defense breaks on everybody and buff blocks on every. It looks like we did get the defense breaks on everyone and the buff blocks on everyone but her. Not bad. Now I'm going to use this AoE skill. Watch this. Into defense breaks. Bam! And they're all dead. All dead. Get him, Uugo. Who else can we fight? Here, this one is 249k team power to my 169k. They are theoretically way stronger than I am. Do this. Ugo's turn. Defense break. Alice's turn. Blammo! Almost all dead. Look at that. We got half of his team dead before they've even taken a turn. Oh, you know what? Never mind. They're all dead before they even took a turn. And that was all because of Uugo. I mean, sure, the DPS helped, but they wouldn't have been able to do that kind of damage without those defense breaks. So, yeah, that's just a little bit of what she can do. And you can use her anywhere. You can take her into the clan boss fights. Here she is on my clan boss team. I use her in the dragon's lair. I use her when I fight the spider. I don't think there's practically any place I don't take Uugo in this game. She's such a powerhouse character. I really think you're going to enjoy her. So get started. Get started on Raid right now. And remember, you've only got a few days left, but if you do start a new account or start a new alt right now, use the download link, of course, to get all those heroes. In addition, you still have time to lock in Udex Artor, the free community hero. You've only got like 2 days left, but you can still lock him in. So if you're wanting to start an alt, you've got a way to start an alt with 3 legendary heroes and 2 epic heroes right out of the gate. So get started in your adventures in Raid right now. You guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, Raiders.